This is Tina back in for another quick story. The reason I wanted to talk about this is because it has to do with online dating. And I know a lot of people that have said and talked about horror stories of online dating. Most of them do not end badly, but some of them are, pretty treacherous. I would suggest you do checks on the person that you decide to date because if you look through my library, you'll see that there have been men lured into traps and then women that are also lured into traps. So this case that I'm going to talk about today is where a woman, her name is Danielle. She was age 31. So Danielle Finlay-Jones was age 31. She had met a guy on a dating app. His name is Ashley Gaddy, but I will refer to him as Ash or Gaddy throughout the story. Okay, so it's pretty horrific what happens to this woman. So she had gone on a couple of dates with this man before. And so what she did was she decided that she was going to go ahead and take him to a brewery and introduce her friends to him as her partner. So they go there, and apparently they have some drinks and hang out and meet. And then they all go back to one of Danielle's friends' homes. So Danielle's friend had just moved into that area. I believe it happened in Australia, and this happened in December 18th of 2022. Allegedly, there's no resolution as far as I can find yet on this case. So anyway, so they go back to the house allegedly, and so around sometime in the morning, the wee hours of the morning, there's something heard from the neighbors that they said sounded like some people that were having some type of. What ends up happening is the friends, so the night they sleep, then the friends sleep through the night, everybody sleeps through the night, and then the next day their friends were like, well, the room has been like completely quiet, so all day Sunday, it went out on Saturday, so all day Sunday it was just completely quiet in the room. So at 2:30 in the afternoon on Sunday, the friends decide to enter the room, and that's when they find Danielle Finley, and Danielle Finley Jones, and the state that she was left in. So Mr. Gaddy or Ash says that he left because he was in some kind of a shock or whatever. This is what his side of the story. But the autopsy, so far from what I was able to reveal, allegedly says that there was blunt force trauma to the head and also obvious signs of strangulation for that happened to, I'm sorry, to Danielle Finlay. I'm so sorry, Danielle Finlay Jones. So it's just a really sad story because they're trying to enact a law to try to keep criminals off these dating apps, but the unfortunate part is that you will never know. Even when, like, doing a background check is great, obviously, but when you get someone's number, you can also do your own background check. But sometimes there's people that are online that are just predators, and they may not even be in the system as predators, but they are. So that's why it's good to meet in, many places and to get to know the people. Obviously, poor, not poor, I don't want to say poor, but the unfortunate case of, Danielle Finley Jones, she obviously trusted this man and, saw him as a potential mate and went to introduce him to her friends, and then ends up getting, murdered by him that very night, like in their friend's house. It's just very sad, crazy story about online dating. They At first there was like an issue between Tinder, I think, and Bubble. I don't really know much about those apps, but there was proof that it wasn't through Tinder, and all Bubble did was put out um, something in Australia about something about being devastated of hearing of what happened to Danielle. So anyway, the story is just, is very sad, but it's also extremely important that when you decide to go on an online date that you can cross-reference the numbers. I know this happened in Australia, but you must have a very similar system to what we have here in America. And what we have here in America is a free search, and it's called True People Search. Now, again, I've said this so many times, like I'm not getting paid at all for this, okay? I'm not even monetized here on YouTube. I'm just doing these videos, but you can go to Google and you can type in True People Search. Once you type in True People Search, let's say someone gave you their phone number, enter their phone number into that system, okay? If the name doesn't match the person, there could be some reasons, like maybe, they have a family plan or something like that. But you can also see past histories, past addresses, and things like that. So for me, I take it a step further. What I would do if I went on an online date, which I do not do anymore, but I'm just saying if I had, then I will do like more extensive background checks. It's kind of like it's pretty bad because I
Thanks
put
for
the person
watching.
through
Subscribe.
rigorous check. But at the end of the day, you guys, this is your life, and look what happened to Danielle, just going out for an online date that turned into being her worst nightmare and ended her life. So we'll see what happens to Ashley Gaddy or Ashley Gaddy in the future in Australia. So, anyways, thanks for listening, and I hope that Danielle does get justice for this. And I will check back with you when I have any more information. Okay? Have a good day. Take care of yourselves. Bye.